Are you thinking about selling your home in Monroe, Georgia, but feeling a little bit nervous? Well, guess what? You are not alone. Many sellers that I talk to have similar fears. So today I'm going to break down those fears and I'm going to give you solutions. So we're going to look at the 5 biggest fears that sellers have when selling their home. So the first one is, what if my home doesn't sell? And this is probably the #1 fear that I hear from sellers. Homes are sitting a little bit longer than they did a year ago, and sellers just worry that their home is going to sit. Why do homes sit? Well, they sit because they're overpriced. They sit because of poor marketing. And they sit because sellers and agents sometimes don't understand current buyer behavior. So what is the solution? Homes that are priced correctly and marketed properly still sell. And something else that I will throw in here, I think another thing is that sellers and again agents have to have proper expectations. So right now in Monroe, Georgia, since December 1st, homes were on the market for an average of 63 days. So some houses are going to sell in 10 days. Some might take 80 days, 90 days, but the average is 63. 2025, my average days on market for my sellers was 21, and this was compared to the market average of 51. Now, another key here that is important is making sure that we are using real, current, local data and not what your neighbor sold their home for 2 years ago. We are in a strange market, and I'm just going to throw this in too, because sometimes, honestly, the data does lie. And I may not should say that here. You might should just say, hey, if you price it right and we market it right, all of these things are going to fall into place. Buyers do act differently than what the data tells us how they should act. We do know that if we price right, if we market it well, if we use current data, have realistic expectations, homes will sell. All right, fear number 2. What if I price it wrong? So going back to that idea of pricing. Sellers are terrified of pricing too high and scaring buyers away. But the other thing that I hear from sellers is, hey, I don't want to leave money on the table. So the truth here is that overpricing is riskier than underpricing. The longer a home sits on the market, the more a buyer wonders what is wrong with it. So the solution is having a smart pricing strategy from the beginning. Making sure, once again, that we use local market data, that we understand what is going on with buyers. And one of the things we do understand with buyers right now is if they do not see the value in the house, they do not even come and look at the house. Okay? If they don't come look at the house, there's no way that we can negotiate with them. So the way we get buyers to come look at your house is to price it just a little bit below where we think that value is. Pricing is like water. It is always going to rise to its natural level. If we price it just right, we're going to get a lot of eyes on it. We're going to get multiple offers, and it's going to sell where it should sell. So just a note here, my list to sales price in 2025 was 100%, and this is compared to the market average that was 98%. So fear number 3, what if I spend money and I don't get it back? So the fear here is, what do I fix? What do I spend money on? Think about painting and staging and repairs. Is it even worth it? So the reality is, no, not every update makes sense. Some repairs are going to give you a great return, others are not. So the solution is to make strategic improvements. Focus on what Monroe buyers care about and what they're willing to pay for. So part of the solution is having me come, look at your house, and go through and talk about what repairs might make sense. We look at comparable homes that have sold at a certain price Did they have updated kitchens? Did they have updated bathrooms? Was it freshly painted? Was there new flooring? So we look at that, we compare it, and we see if it's worth it. And just a brief note here, generally painting and flooring are your two big investments that you may want to make. So the fourth fear is, what if we get under contract and then the inspection kills the deal? This can be scary, especially if you have an older home. Is this one inspection report going to blow everything up? Every home will have issues that show up in an inspection report. When there is an inspection, if the inspector is good, they are going to issue an 80 to 100 page report on the house. And they're going to have listed in it anything that has the possibility of causing problems 20 years down the road, okay? There's going to be a big report. Now, one of the solutions here is that you as a seller understand this is going to happen, but also it's important that the buyer understands that's what's going to happen. And when you work with someone like me, I am going to interview the buyer's agent before we even go under contract. And I'm going to ask them, how do you prepare your buyer for the inspection? Preparation is everything, me preparing you. And the other thing is us preparing their house. If there are known issues, we address them up front or we price accordingly so that these issues become negotiations, not deal breakers. Another thing is we could get a pre-inspection. This would address the major issues. You as the seller could choose to go ahead and fix some of the things that came up in the inspection report. So lots of solutions here to this. I'm going to be here to guide you and to lead you through. So fear number 5, what if I sell and don't have somewhere to go? I'm sure that has crossed your mind if you have a house to sell and you need to sell it before you buy. No one wants to feel stuck, but I'm going to tell you, I have never had a seller be homeless. So what are the options you have? You can have longer closing timelines. For example, a couple years ago, I had a client, we put the house on the market in April because we don't know how long it's going to take, right? Found a house to buy, and it weren't going to be able to move in until the middle of June. Well, we went under contract within a week because I had talked with the other agent. We actually ended up having a 2-month contract because that way we closed in the middle of June so that they could get to their house directly from this house. So that's one option. Whoever's buying your house might be okay to a longer timeline to give you time to find a house. You can actually put a contingency on the offer that you must find a home before you sell this one. Now, is somebody open to that? I don't know, but it can be done. So another thing is that you can go ahead and close on the house and you can rent back from the buyer, or some buyers will actually give you what's called temporary occupancy, where they will let you even live there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month without paying them anything. Then also we can talk with your lender because there are other options that they have helping you buy and sell. Selling doesn't have to mean scrambling. If we've got a plan in place, then we can get the timelines to coordinate. Those are the 5 biggest fears. Now, here is one of the biggest mistakes Monroe sellers make, and that is they wait too long because of fear. Fear leads to hesitation. Hesitation leads to missed opportunities. If you need or want to sell, we can make a strategic plan so you can accomplish your goal. All right, so let's recap. Here are the top 5 fears and the solutions. Are you afraid your home won't sell? Pricing and marketing will solve that. Are you afraid of pricing wrong? Data is going to beat emotion, so we're going to make sure we use data to price your house. Are you afraid of repair costs? Strategy matters. Are you afraid of inspections? Preparation helps. Are you afraid of where you'll go next? Planning solves that. Most sellers' fears don't come from the market, they come from uncertainty. So if you are thinking about selling in Monroe and you want a clear plan, not pressure, give me a call. I'm happy to help.